Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to everyone. My name is Amira Farhana binti Amri, and my group members are Farah Hanani binti Saiful Nizam, Nur Susianti binti Berjun, Nafisa Farisha binti Shamsul Uzi, Muhammad Faris Jazmi bin Razman. Today, we want to present about early leadership theories, trait theories, 1920s until 1930s. Trait theory leaders have special traits that make them different from non-leaders. They have certain characteristics that make it likely for them to be leaders, no matter what situation they are in. It may differ such in social, physical, personality, or intellectual characteristics. These traits are responsible for making them leaders and allow them to assume, accept position of power and authority. A trait theory of leadership is often referred to as the one best view of leadership. Early leadership studies focus on trying to identify what qualities and traits great leaders possess. Research focused on identifying personal characteristics that differentiated leaders from non-leaders was unsuccessful. Later research on the leadership process identified 7 traits associated with successful leadership, such as drive, the desire to lead, honesty and integrity, self-confidence, intelligence, job-relevant knowledge, and extraversion. These are the common traits associated with great leadership.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam and all my friends. Today I would like to explain about a basic of trait theory. This trait theory arose from the Greek man theory as a way of identifying the key characteristics of successful leader. Greek man theory is individuals are born either with or without the necessary trait for leadership. Trait theory of leadership saw personality, social, physical, or intellectual traits that differentiate leader from non-leader. What is the difference between Greek man theory and trait theory? Greek man theory of leadership suggests that great leaders are born and not made. Trait theory is not unlike the Greek man theory. This theory argues the leadership qualities can be acquired. However, a good leader has certain characteristics that allow learning the skill to be much easier. Next, what is trait? Trait is a particular characteristic through which we can judge a person. It was believed that through this theory, critical leadership traits could be isolated and that people with such traits could then be recruited, selected, and installed into leadership positions. This theory was common in the military and is still used as a set of criteria to select candidates for commissions.
Trait associated. First, drive. Leaders exhibit a high effort level. They have a relative high desire for achievement. They are ambitious. They have a lot of energy. They are tireless person in their activities and they show initiative to keep you going even when time are tough and challenging. Set their tone for what you are seeking from others in the organization. Enable you to bounce back from disappointment and setback. Second is desire to lead. Leaders have a strong desire to influence and lead others. They demonstrate the willingness to take responsibility. They tend to be autonomous with a hard need for control. They like to make their own decisions. They also recognize that in order to get the position and have to follow other meticulous. The third is honest and integrity. Leaders build trusting relationship between themselves and followers by being truthful and by showing high consistency between word and deed. Leaders need to be courageous, but they always need to open the idea. In order to trust a leader, they had to feel that are authentic, honest, a person of integrity. Fourth is self-confidence. Followers look leaders for an absence of self-doubt. Leaders need to show self-confidence in order to convince followers of the rightness their goal and decision. Allow the leader to feel ensured that his or her to influence are appropriate and right. They have goal to mold their real self as close to their ideal self as they can.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Farid Jazmi. Today I would like to present about 7 traits associated with leadership. Intelligence. Leaders need to be smart enough to gather, synthesis, and interpret large amount of information, and they also need to be able to create vision, solve problems, and make accurate decisions. Job relevant knowledge. Effective leaders have a high level of knowledge of company, industry, and technical matter that enable leader to make the right decision and understand the implication of those decisions. Extraversion. Leaders are people who are energetic and alive. They are sociable, assertive, and rarely silent or withdraw.
This is for advantage and limitation of trait theory. There are 3 advantages in trait theory. First, trait theory is naturally pleasing theory. Second, trait theory it is serves as a source where one's leadership characteristic can be assessed. And third, it gives a detailed knowledge and understanding of the leadership of the leader element in the leadership process. For limitation, trait theory is bound to be some subjective judgment in determining who is regarded as good or successful leader. The list of possible traits tend to be very long, and this theory is very complex. And second, there are also common properties associated with effective leadership such as self-confidence, stress tolerance, emotional maturity, and integrity.